Hi everybody, how is it going today? So I want to start off by showing you a prediction that I made wrong and right to some extent. The target correction was right, it went a lot higher than I thought. So here's the one that I made on November 22nd. We actually ended up getting an extended fifth wave. I thought it was going to go to about 470 or so at the highest, or 460, but it actually went way higher than that, obviously. So it went all the way to $518 because of Ethereum, because of Bitcoin's bull run, right? When Bitcoin hit $11,400, we ended up getting a fairly extended fifth wave. Now, if you guys note right here, what did we hit? Right over here. We hit $385, okay? And look how scary my prediction was. My target one for a very conservative short was 415 to 440 to enter, and I figured we would retrace somewhere between the 400 and 385 range, right? And target 2 range was actually a lot lower, 385 to 350. So that's pretty scary, guys, that I predicted 385 and we have hit 385. So I'm pretty happy that we hit that. I hope a lot of you guys got in for that. But before we start, I want to start off with some basics with Elliott wave. This is a basic Elliott wave zigzag run up. Every single run up has 5 impulse move like this. After 5 impulse moves, we have an ABC correction. Some sort of ABC correction like that. And then it tries to break out into a wave. So if this was wave 1 and that's wave 2, after the C correction it attempts to break out, but sometimes it fails. This needs to be a strong impulse wave for it to be considered the start of a primary wave 3. But if it fails, then this ends up happening instead. We will get some sort of extended correction like that, and instead of this being an ABC, what we now get is a WXY. So we get a W here and a Y somewhere down over there. So every time it attempts to break out into a third impulse wave or any impulse wave, if it fails, it makes another extended correction like that in here. And this correction from X to Y will also have another ABC correction in here somewhere along the way. So right now, what we need to confirm is this the bottom? Is this the absolute bottom, and is it attempting to break out? Well, first, this is, by the way, I only trade USD, so this is the USD pair on bitfinex. This is wave 1, this is wave 2, and for simplicity's sake, what we're going to do is call this a simple A, B, C, D, and E. And that, my friends, is a beautiful, beautiful corrective pattern here. So then we're going to call this one wave 1. We're going to call this right here wave 2. Now another note I'd like to make is this, okay? We have a wave 1 like this that we already see, a wave 2 that started, wave 3 will be something like that, and then wave 4 and 5. Now within each motive wave up, there are also fractals. They're called fractals or subwaves found within waves, like this right here. Where we are right now in the cycle is this really big blue line that I'm about to show you. We finished this one already. We just finished this one right here. Now the one that we are actually on is this one moving up. And I will draw that in a big, bright, I don't know, purple color for you guys to see. This is the one that we are basically about to start. This purple one right there. So once again, we finished this one. We have finished this one. We have finished this blue one. We have finished the subwave 2 blue corrective consolidation. And now we are about to attempt to start the third one going up. And then we'll get a fourth corrective subwave. And then we'll get a fifth wave up again, and then we're going to get a massive correction like the one that I called to about 385, okay? And this is called Elliott wave theory. Every single chart will ebb and they will flow according to these Elliott waves. And there are many types of corrective patterns. So I'm going to explain, first of all, how corrective patterns can be. And we have to confirm exactly if it's true or not. So we have finished wave 1. We have, this one is about to go up like that, right? Actually, I'm going to make it easier. We're going to pretend that this is all of third subwave. Now in this wave coming down, what we would like to see is a simple ABC. Okay, let's say I made that ABC bigger, just so we can have a better representation of it, bigger like this. What we would like to see is a simple 5 zigzag pattern down, like that. And then for the one that goes against the trend, we'd like to see ABC. And for the C wave, there's always 5, no matter what. There's always 5 coming down like this. Once we confirm these structures, we know that an uptrend is going to happen. Now this one sometimes, wave A, can come in many different shapes and forms. Sometimes it comes in just a 1, 2, 3 pattern. I'll call it ABC for simplicity. Sometimes we do see a 3, 3, 5 pattern coming down, okay? It's called a 3, 3, 5. Sometimes we also see something called a 5, 3, 5 right here. And these 5, 3, 5 patterns are very common, though if it's very bullish, we'll see a 3, 5, or sorry, 3, 3, 5. Now what we want to do is look at our wave structures to confirm it. I've already confirmed the 5 counts going up here in previous videos. They pretty much go something like this. Just for simplicity's sake, we may not see all of the subwaves in here because it's on a higher time frame, but we definitely count 5 going up there. We see an A, B, C, D, and E, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you guys like to call it. Now we're going to delete all of this now that we've confirmed this is wave 1, that's wave 2, and this one right here is basically subwave 1 of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now what we want to do is find targets for all of these. And we want to confirm if this pattern has actually finished. So I'm going to go into a better time frame here. This is where it pretty much broke out, right? Right around here. Maybe 4 hours. We will basically call this, just for simplicity, 1. This one retraced a lot, so we will expect wave 3 to not retrace a lot, and because of the bull run by Bitcoin, that actually ended up retracing. It ended up making a very extended 5th wave, right? So if we call this simply 3 right here, around there, we call this 2. And we call this 1. So I want to make note of something here for a zigzag pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this one retraces a lot, for example, this one right here retraces to, say, almost the 1 range, almost 100%, then what we will automatically assume is that wave 3 will not retrace a lot. We will automatically assume that it could retrace anywhere between even 236, 382, and 0.5 before attempting the 5th wave breakout. Now let's see if this is true. As long as this one did not retrace 100% of wave 1, right here, we're good, and it did not. So this one, what we notice is we notice a huge retracement all the way to 100%. So what we'll automatically assume, 1, 2, 3. Actually, this one makes more sense. No, it doesn't actually. Yeah, so we'll assume that this one here will not retrace much. And what we can see clearly is this one only retraced 236 levels, right? Because this one did the majority of retracing, so this one will not. So that's how we can also confirm. Now, wave 3 is often the longest, but not the shortest. And because this one here, if we noticed, moved, how much did it move? Yeah, this one did a very nice extended wave. It's called a 5th wave extension because of Bitcoin's bull run that it made. So 1, 2, pretty much 3, we can call it up there 4, and the 5th wave just goes up there. So now that we've also confirmed that that is 5 waves going up, what we would like to confirm is this an ABC pattern? And what we can see pretty clearly is an A, B, and C. like that, right? So let's go to a better time frame and see if we can confirm a 535 or a 35 or a 535 or a 335 pattern. And what we count is actually beautiful right here. We count 1, we count 2, and we count 3, 4, and basically 5 is somewhere down here. Let's go to a better time frame so we can see it. 1, 2, actually 5 will be right here. So let me show you guys something like this, okay? Sometimes when we have a 5-wave corrective pattern, the 5th one can actually be like this. And inside of here, the 5th wave coming down, for example, this one here just made a simple ABC, therefore they alternate. If wave 2 does a simple ABC correction, like a zigzag, then what we can assume that the wave 5 will actually do a very different type of correction. And it could do something such as an A, B, C, D, and E correction, like this. Like that. So that can make sense as well, right? It does a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within all of the waves 4 to 5 coming down, right? Then if we actually take a look at here, we actually see that as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes something like this. Let me show you. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we actually get a 5-wave correction within this 5th wave alone, from 4 to 5. So I hope that makes sense. So now we have actually confirmed a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere there, and 5 down there. So that's what I like to see. It's beautiful. It's just how they work out to be. And then what we see here is a beautiful ABC correction as well. And now we want to make sure we count 5 waves coming down here. 1, 2, pretty much 3, 4, and all of this is 5 again. It repeats the same type of pattern. 1, 2, this is 3, 4, right? And 5 is like that. Notice how this area right here has this sort of consolidation within waves 3, 4, and 5. We have basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. And if you guys take a look at it here closely as well, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me show you. Pretty much goes from there to here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. So now what we have officially confirmed is this pattern right here. We have confirmed a typical zigzag corrective pattern in a form of 535. That is a beautiful thing. Awesome. So now that we've confirmed it's the bottom, what we need to do is we need to see if this is actually going to start a wave up. If it doesn't, as I mentioned, it might do a corrective pattern, right? So one of two things can happen. It might start its impulse wave up now, right? And it's a really good time, honestly, to go long on it. You got nothing to lose. If it goes down a little bit, the corrective pattern it won't really go down that much. So now, I'm not sure what happened there. Why is there a gap there? That's so weird. Okay. Anyways, so we want to, first of all, do a few things here. We want to see targets for where this whole thing could possibly go, okay? Now, a really awesome target would have been $540, which was my original one, if you guys remember. I'm just pulling it up right here. I'm looking for it. Ethereum. This was a very nice prediction, actually, the one that I made. And the people that got in on it, you guys must be just super happy about that. Here is my November 14 update, where I targeted an entry between 292 and 315. And my target one was actually $540 right there. We came a little bit short. I thought that the whole thing would be actually getting right up to there. Entered around 310. This was when 310. It was only 310. So the people that got in on this right now, you guys must be having a field day. I hope that you guys took my advice with a grain of salt. And if you have, you guys are incredibly profitable today. I assure you of that. And if you guys have done a great job and you're happy with it, definitely give me a BAM on Twitter. Or I'll take 5 Ethereum as well as a tip. Either one works. Might make up for my 95K loss yesterday. So now what we're going to do is assume that that was a first target. And we're obviously going to shatter that first target. So now it doesn't even matter, guys, using these Fibonacci extensions, okay? Because this one made such a strong, only first wave. This is only the first wave, guys. I need to be very clear about that. First wave like that. And because this one shattered it, or almost came to the one-to-one extension just for the first subwave, we will assume that the second one could go there as well. And the fourth one will actually be a pretty strong one. And the fifth one, we will also assume that it's going to hit somewhere. Okay, I want to make note of this. If this one hits slightly below the one-to-one extension, then this one will hit slightly below the 168 extension. And then the fifth wave will hit somewhere below the 261 extension just by using pure logic. That is how we're going to assume it. So right now, my Ethereum target is somewhere around $1,220. And I can do even more math to extrapolate these exact numbers, but I'm honestly just too lazy to do it. We'll get to that later. So assuming that this one right here retraced to the 0.5 to the 618 level, we will assume that this one will fall slightly short. So my next target, will just choose a round number of $750. We'll assume that the wave 4 correction will be much smaller. So the wave 4 correction will actually be somewhere between, say, 665 and 662. And then the next one after that, we're going to be seeing it skyrocketing. So my next target will be slightly below here. And what we would do is we can prorate the amount, right? We can prorate the amount that it actually reached in terms of how far it went with Fibonacci extensions. So if this one just fell slightly short of it, I could do the math and prorate it as well, but I'm too lazy. This one could hit slightly below the 161.8, and this fifth wave will hit slightly below the 261.8 extension. Now to get exact numbers, what we would do is take the strength of the first wave going up, right there. So the next target, gentlemen, is actually $620 just based on a one-to-one extension. We'll choose a more modest target. We'll say between 595, okay, 595, and it's probably going to shatter it because the third wave is often the longest but never the shortest. So I'm going to assume a minimum actually of $620. And then a maximum target of slightly below there for a 168 extension to 765. So those are my thoughts, guys. I'm not going to keep this video too long. So the next target we're looking at is between 620 and 768. No joke. I kid you guys not. That just based on the math here, if I do a one-to-one extension of just the first wave itself, we will target a minimum of $620 and a maximum of slightly short of the primary wave 1 to 2 of 161.8. So using these ranges, guys, we could be targeting some pretty big numbers. Once we target these numbers, any of these numbers, then I can extrapolate a correction target as well. And once we finish wave 4, we can easily target where wave 5 is going to end. So there you guys have it. Those are my next targets. I'm no financial advisor, keep in mind, okay guys? I'm not a financial advisor in any way. And I apologize if I don't really respond to a lot of comments on YouTube. I'm incredibly overwhelmed. You guys have my thoughts that are all in this particular video. And I apologize if I don't also respond to a lot of people on Twitter. I just don't like to consult, to be honest. Like, what do I think of this? Are we at the bottom, etc.? My thoughts are all in my videos. And if I actually took all the time to respond to every single one, which I used to try to, but it just took so much time, guys. So I apologize for the third time once again. So these are my thoughts. $620 to $763. It really all depends on how bullish everything is. But we are assuming that it does a basic extension of 1-to-1, which will hit $620. And then if it does not hit that, or sorry, if it does hit that, then we could be shooting for about 765. So good luck with everything. I hope you guys found this video useful. I will also be posting this particular chart on Steemit. Please upvote it if you guys enjoyed my video and if you've made a killer off of my analysis lately. Like, subscribe, share, etc. And I also have a cryptocurrency piggy bank for my dog. That was one of the piggy banks that I actually did not liquidate to fiat. I'm going to keep it on there for her just for fun. If you guys want to, if you want to donate to that, you're absolutely welcome to. The only reason I say this at the end of the videos is because a lot of people have asked for my address, and a lot of people have made a killer for my analysis, and they just genuinely wanted to tip just to say thanks and for providing something good for the community. If you want to do that, you're welcome to, but don't feel the obligation to. You guys absolutely don't need to. Have yourselves a great day and good luck with it if you decide to go long. Bye now.